that wanted to be with us that are unable to for work obligations and things like that. So if you have anyone else that may also be interested, let me know and I will send them the link. I might end up just posting it on the site. I'm not sure. I'm just going with the flow like I always do. So, but again, welcome to the SOULar Soil Stewards Garden Club. And we're gonna get started with literally, what is this about? We got a whole lot going on. Everybody's like, I want to grow stuff, and that's the basic foundation for this all, but it's so much more than that. Okay, so number one, first and foremost, this movement is about self-determination and cooperation. That is the foundation for everything that we do in Good Gardens in the farm, which I'll describe to y'all and show y'all a few things about later. And that is the foundation for everything I as a person do for the communities. Learn how to do for self and learn how to work together. So this is literally the beginnings of building our own community. And I'm a firm believer in that, the fact that it starts with being able to feed ourselves first and then to share the bounty, share the abundance with our neighbors, with our communities, with our brothers and our sisters. So I know y'all know what's up with all the Andinkra symbols. With all the Andinkra symbols, I mean, I don't know very many Andinkra symbols that aren't represented in a collective gardening, a collective farming movement. There's so many things that we're gonna learn throughout this entire process. There's so many things that we're gonna connect to throughout this entire process that it's really hard to say, well, no, that doesn't happen in gardening, you know? So, we'll go through a couple of them. Most definitely, first and foremost, we are invoking the power of love. I believe we all love each other, and that can also be expressed, as is traditionally done in African American households, through food, through a plate, sharing a community meal. You know, those are some of the times when we just feel like the warmest, we feel loved, we feel our family wants to care for us, right? So we are definitely going to be invoking the power of love through nature. It's a cooperative effort, unity in the community, you know, all that stuff. You know, I know the folks that's on this broadcast right here, and we all about everything up on here, okay? So there's two, did I put it up here? Yeah, there's two that I definitely want to bring a highlight to. Number one is freedom and emancipation. So we find ourselves in this time, you know, this is a kind of crazy time that's going on with all of these isolation and self-quarantine and all this kind of stuff. And we're subject to the rules and regulations and laws and movements of things that are not in our control. But through farming, through gardening, through feeding ourselves, we will gain that freedom and emancipate ourselves from that system. It's this process, but it starts with one seed in the soil, okay? And my favorite Andinkra symbol is that of cooperation. So as always, with everything I do in Good Gardens and Royal Reset, is I help you, you help me. Everything works when we cooperate. So everything needs to be a mutual exchange, okay? So we all got to participate, all right? So there's no more eyes in this. Maybe the one big, huge, singular eye in the sky, but we are now a collective. So count on your collective. And let's see. So a little bit about me. So my name is Stefan Pickett, for those of you that don't know me. I am an African traditional farmer. This is my second, I call it my second servitude. My first servitude was that of being a registered nurse in nursing in the hospital and allopathic medicine. I have since transitioned into more divine calling, if you will. And now I am a nutrition educator, an organic farmer, an herbalist, an advocate for mental health, nutritional health, all kinds of health. You need to get it done, I'm gonna help you get it done, okay? and most certainly a community activist. Um, let's see. And my philosophy, let me quote this. My philosophy is that because there is zero separation, there's no energetic separation from anything in this world, right? So if we build a healthy soil, we build a healthy body. If we build a healthy body, we have a healthy mind. And once we have that healthy mind, then we can begin to know ourselves, know our true self. So all of the efforts that I involve myself in, all the efforts that I put out to the community are geared towards fitting in somewhere along this line, okay? So I hope you all can appreciate my philosophy. Next, the rundown. So just a little bit about this. You guys make this work. Like, if y'all don't work this, it ain't gonna work. So I'm really seriously dependent on y'all. There's 3 parts to this, 3 parts to making this work. And number 1 is the community. And being part of the community means sharing information, unifying ourselves, we get on the same page, get in the same movement, moving in the same direction, right? And then also there's the socialization. So yeah, we might not always be in a group, but we're family, and we're gonna all develop relationships with new people, with new ideas, with new spaces, right? So we need to socialize in order to do that. So I encourage you all, you know, at the end of this, there's definitely gonna be space for chit chat, but as we build on our events, I encourage you all to interact with each other outside of the group, you know, get to know your community, because I believe we are all in close proximity to each other. The second part is the classes, and that's pretty much we learning by doing. Hands-on, immediate action. I know quite a few of y'all in this room right now have already jumped and are in action now, doing, and I know y'all are learning a lot while you're doing it. So most certainly our classes will be involved in actually doing action. And then there's the cooperative extension of it, where we will begin seed sharing. We will begin sharing the produce, the fruits of our labor. And then we will also share the labor of our labor. So part of the African tradition with farming is that each farm may be on a separate family lot, right? But in the beginning of the season, the first thing that happens is the elder women, they come and they plant the first seeds on every single plot in order to bless the land. Then if a farmer or family has a project that they need to do, everybody comes to help make sure that it gets done. So we all come together, we combine whatever resources we need to, if necessary, and we make sure to get it done. So nobody in this group should be left feeling like they can't accomplish the goal that they've set out because of any reason. Now, if the whole group don't have it, we got enough minds in this room to figure it out, okay? So cooperation is major. It's absolutely major to making this effort work. So what we gonna be doing? Oh my goodness. I call it an easy challenge, okay? So easy food to grow for those that are beginners, you know, those things, I mean, like things like lettuce, squash, any kind of greens. You got collards, you got Swiss chard, you got plenty of kales. Those are all called brassicas. Tomatoes are pretty easy to grow. Herbs, they're pretty easy to grow. So if you've never done it before, there's some steps and there's a little bit of a learning curve, and we are all going to work through that learning curve together. And then the level up from the challenge is to grow other types of food. So it is possible in many different types and styles of gardening to do some really challenging things in small spaces and to do some super cool things in some large spaces. So this is going to be our easier challenge. All right. So for those of you that have never gardened or not sure about what type of gardening that you want to do, these are pretty much the main categories of the types of gardening that we are capable of doing. Well, there's one list no, actually, I just didn't list it. So, never mind. So container gardens, definitely totally versatile. They can be indoor, outdoor. And the key to container gardening is creativity. I have put container gardens in dresser drawers. I've gardened in old sneakers. I've gardened in old water jugs. I mean, if it can hold something, I'm gonna put a plant in it. And under here, what I forgot was hydroponics would kind of fit under the container gardening section. When we get to our classes, I will explain to you my thoughts on hydroponics. That is not my particular purview, but I can and will, if there are those interested, bring some resources to the group to make sure that if that's the way that you want to garden, you can do so. Then we also have greenhouse gardens. I know before everybody signed up, there was a few people that were interested in setting up a greenhouse. Greenhouses are really awesome. I can't wait to get our farm size one. Like, it's kind of like the number one goal right now, since we got the mushroom compost down. Now we're like, okay, now let's get us something to extend the growing season. So I would count under the greenhouse gardens category anything like hoop houses, low and high tunnels, the PVC ones, the pre-made ones, you know, the ones from like Aldi's, and you know, the green ones with the little plastic zippy uppy thingy. Those all go under greenhouse gardens. And yes, you can grow in those the entire season if you put them in the right location. Then there's vertical gardening. Vertical would actually touch all of the other three categories. And especially in our area, I think it is essential. We're, you know, urban area, and we want to spread out, but we don't have too far to spread. So let's go up. And vertical gardening actually is beneficial as far as when you're growing produce. Let's say you're growing squash. Yes, you can grow squash vertically. If you have squash laying down on the ground, the chances that an animal might come get it, the chances that it'll kind of get a little mushy from moisture or bugs and things like that goes up the farther it is on the ground. So going up vertically can actually be beneficial to your production. Types of ways to go vertically are using things like trellises. Well, that's supposed to say arches. Yeah. So arches, pyramids, bamboo, the towers, I forget what the name of the company is, but you've seen those white plastic row towers and things like that. So they don't have to cost $300. It's easy to do. You can do it at home on your own. So don't exclude that as a potential method that you use, because Tower Gardens charges $300. We got you. And then plotted gardens would be more like what I'm doing out on the farm. So you'll have your keyhole gardens, you have your raised beds, the back to Eden methods, lasagna gardens, all those go under what would be called plotted gardens. While I am here, does anyone have any questions so far?
Where does the mandala garden fit in on this chart?
That would be under plotted.
Okay.
Yep. Gotcha.
Are we supposed to choose which we will do based on what we have available? So some people will have the vertical garden, some will have containers. Is that kind of what we'll do collectively?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we'll know who is doing what. Oh, this is a hard choice.
But you don't have to choose. You can do a bunch of different things at the same time.
Okay.
You can have a container. You can even put a container garden and a greenhouse inside a plotted garden that's growing vertically. That's how the level of creativity that we can do.
Woo!
Right.
In time.
Right. But we're going to start from square one. So we're just going to grow slowly. You know, everybody got to go at their own pace with what they have available. So we're going to make it work. But yeah, this little slide right here would be a good thing for you to kind of start to think about what you may want to do and what you have at your disposal to do with now. Remember the questions I sent? I hope y'all have your answers because we're going to go through them at the end. Folks can unmute themselves and stuff. Okay, so any more questions before I move on?
Will we be able to review these slides, Sister Safon?
I sure will send them. In the recording too. I got you.
Awesome.
All right. Now, there we go. So this is a picture of Good Gardens and Farm. This is a total of 7 acres. It's a combination of properties that they back up against each other. So it's a total of 7 acres that we have potential access to. And right now we are farming, well, we started on 2,000 square feet and we just recently expanded to a half an acre. So these pictures are from the beginning of the season. It looks a lot different now. But you are all welcome to come down and take a tour with the restrictions. I've been doing private tours, private digs. You are all welcome to come down, take a look, play in the soil when it stops raining. So yeah, that's my daughter standing on top of that bale of hay. And yes, we rolled those out with our 2 hands.
Whee!
Yeah, that was an
That looks like fun, right?
It was fun after, but doing it, oh, that was a lot of work. And what I'm holding in my hands is actually what's called a root ball. So that was a kale plant, and the plant was about this big. But what I picked up out the ground, that was its root system. So it really enjoys the nutrition the nutritional system that we've created down in the black dirt. And that is a good thing, a good sign. So it looks very different now, but we're out there. And it's in Accokeek for those who are not aware. Accokeek, Maryland, we're in PG County. And I think everybody by now has my contact information. So if you wanted to come down, you just text or call and we can make some arrangements. And then, I think it's a little video. That is the expansion. So, okay, yeah, I forgot to show you guys. So I don't know if you can see my mouse, but in the picture where I am with the root ball, if you see on the other side of the fence, that was all hills we didn't know what it was at the time. So when we plowed it over, it became this. So that is our half acre, and inside the fence is the 2,000 square feet. We are eventually inside the fence will be all herbs. That'll be pretty much the entire herbal farm. And then outside the fence will be all vegetables and small fruits. Any questions?
What about wildlife down there? That's just an FYI kind of thing.
So me and the wildlife, we have an interesting relationship. So the deer come and they just like sit on the other side of the fence while I'm out there, and they just look and watch me do our thing. A week ago, no, I think it might have been 2 weeks ago, I actually saw a doe being chased by a wolf. The groundhogs last season, I didn't manage to get any produce out of there because the groundhogs were like, look, this is a buffet. So they ate up just about everything except for the basil. And now we have traps, and we trap and release. So yeah, we try to be as cruelty-free as possible. I mean, even trapping, it took me a minute to get used to that. But this year, I haven't seen any groundhogs. I've seen possums. And I think it may have to do with the compost, I'm thinking. So a lot of what I do and a lot of how I figure things out on the farm is by experimentation and deduction. So engaging the mind is absolutely necessary when you're in a space like this with high deer pressure, high animal pressure. So yeah, they definitely are out there. But they don't bother me. You know, they're not in my face while I'm out there. You know, the deer just sit there. We do have resident birds that I think they're building a nest in the barn, and I'm not taking them out. I'm trying to name one of them, but I haven't figured out his name yet. So yeah, lots of animals. It's part of the process. I'm not sure. Some of you guys may know on Facebook. There's another urban gardener called Daku, and he takes it to a whole nother level, and I really enjoy it because you have pest diseases, where you have like bugs and a lot of aphids or beetles and things like that tend to eat up your crops. But Daku is like, I got birds, so let me put some bird seed down and let them eat the bugs. So it's a matter of literally working with nature. That's why I'm beyond organic. It's a different level of organization. It's a different level of thinking about how to regenerate the soil when you get back into African traditional methods. Yeah, so long answer, but I hope it answered your question. Anybody else?
Just know that you're doing such a great job explaining it. You're not making us have questions because you're covering everything.
Good. Thank you, Sister Precious. I appreciate it. Good. All right. So next, what we are going to do as a collective, right? So my suggestion, and of course, this is all open to modification based on our group, but the way that I think this may work the best is if we have weekly meetings through about the second week of June. So the reason why I say we have weekly meetings is because there is a growth cycle that happens, and this is where a lot of people get stuck. A lot of things go left and you don't even realize they went left. But if we meet weekly, not only will we build a foundational knowledge, a collective foundational knowledge, but we can catch those things before it gets too late in the season, and then you have to try something totally different. So I suggest we meet weekly through the second week of June, and then after that we can do bi-weekly. So for Maryland, DC, Virginia, we have what's called a split season. So for those of us that may be interested in continuing to grow through the winter season, those August meetings is when things will start, the discussion will start to shift. We'll be harvesting stuff, but this discussion will start to shift to winter crops, fall and winter crops. So this is a year-long, year-round endeavor if you so choose to participate in that way. Then we will definitely have on-farm demos, private meetings with the stay-at-home guidelines. We'll just wiggle and work with, I've been doing all right. And for those that are unable, we can live stream them. So that is always a possibility. And so this is the part I wanted to ask you guys. Okay, how do I do it? There we go. So if everybody could answer the poll, with the social sharing, I don't know how many of us are social media savvy. I don't know how many of us like to do the Facebook thing. I'm not sure, so I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. And we can always do both. So when I say website platform, that would mean on royalreset.com. Mind you, I am still learning how to do it. So there's gonna be some bumps along the road if we use the website platform, but it is possible. So if we use the website, I'm gonna actually really be super patient because doing everything by hand is sometimes challenging. Well, it is challenging. So, but we can always have, in addition to that, a private Facebook group. I'm definitely willing to do both of those. So that's my little disclaimer on the website, y'all. And if anybody has any better ideas, please feel free. I don't think you can type it in, but you can unmute yourself, or you can email me or text me. So I'm gonna give us a few more moments. We only got 4 people that voted. Okay, we almost done. How you doing? Mr. Collier, Mrs. Collier? Who's that? You had a comment?
Hello?
I hear you.
I'm still learning.
How to use the Zoom? Yeah.
I'm learning how to navigate.
Well, you're doing a fine job. I think we're all still trying to learn stuff, and then they update it and change it, right?
Yes.
But y'all are doing just fine. All right, so it's looking like it's Facebook.
Okay.
So for those that are not on Facebook, I'm gonna have to work something else out with you guys, because we definitely, I mean, well, with the weekly meetings, we should be fine for the beginning, but I definitely want to make sure you guys get involved socially. So I will definitely work something else out with you guys, okay? All right, so next, oh, wait, let me close this. I did that already. Okay, Zoom. Here we go. Okay, so our requirements. Yes, y'all have work to do. So I'm speaking into existence the fact that this is not gonna stop here. So you guys will be, through our next cycle, the veterans, okay? That's who y'all gonna be. But for right now, of course, everybody's in the new category, right? So your job as a member is to attend classes. Make sure you come to the class so you can learn, because we need a collective knowledge base. We all need to have certain basic foundation on how we farm in order to make the produce sharing work, because everybody doesn't eat traditional conventional food. So this has to be totally organic. And the level of organic that we are capable of, that I know we are capable of, y'all don't have no idea how much that food is gonna taste. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be great. So, right. So you're gonna attend your classes. You're gonna choose what you're gonna grow. You're gonna grow it using totally organic methods. I mean, no miracle grow, no crazy chemical inputs. So we all know that we're growing the same way, so we can all share and eat each other's food. And then absolutely sharing your successes and sharing your challenges. So I am not shy about when things get messed up. Like, and that's how I learned, by messing stuff up. I don't know about you guys, but that I enjoy that trial and error process. Having with the classes, having a foundation of knowledge, and then going out and maybe it doesn't work out the way we thought it was. That's where the growth happens. So the more we succeed, the more we mess up, the more we succeed, the more we mess up, the more we succeed, right? So, and then when we get to the next cycle, each veteran member, I'm counting on y'all to come back when the next crew is coming through their classes and to share your experiences. So we're multiplying our knowledge base by doing that, right? So that's more growth, right? Then of course, to continue growing, sharing your successes and challenges. And then the big part, the big part is to start saving your seeds. So the types of seeds that I hope most of us use would be heirloom organic. And of course, I'll explain to y'all what those are through the classes. But that is the closest, most readily available form of seed that is the closest to the way the nature created that plant. I'll put it like that. So when we say seed, then we don't have to buy from all of these other companies, and we don't have to put ourselves at risk. Then we know what we have, we know what we're capable of, we know the origin of everything that we're growing. So saving seed is absolutely paramount. No. And then the other thing is to share the produce and the seeds among the group. I expect that we will be doing that through this cycle, but going forward, with new people coming in with a new foundation of knowledge and trial and error and things like that, you guys are already going to be good with it. So I'm expecting you guys to pretty much be like the coaches, be like the mentors, be like you know, come on, let me show you this right here. Okay. And that's pretty much like what I do with my daughter. That's my daughter there in the picture, and she comes out with me on the farm, and some days she enjoys it and some days she doesn't, but I know she is in that box that's in that fridge right now, and she's like, yeah, so I like chard, when can we go get some more of that? So I'm just sharing the knowledge forward. And both of those pictures are from plants that I am currently saving the seed from. So on the left is collards, on the right is Mizuna lettuce. So yeah, just some examples. And we blossoming, I love the yellow flowers. Okay. Any questions about the requirements so far? Any suggestions? Special requests? Doing all right.
You're doing great. Keep going. You're still doing great.
Yep.
So now the sustainability offering. This don't work with no dollars. Okay. What I'm asking for each person is for the course section, I'm asking for $20 per class, and then to continue the group and to keep the group sustainable, I'm asking for $10 a month, just $10 a month after that, just to keep the group going, to maintain the systems that we're using. And there's a lot that goes into doing this behind the scenes. So for both of these prices, you will get your classes, of course. You will get one-on-one guidance with me. You will get access to of course, the private social share group, access to the produce sharing. So everybody that's in the circle, we're gonna have an actual space where we can say, I need this, or I have extra of this. Like, that system has to be set up, and it has to be operated and maintained on the back end. So that system you will also have access to that. And most certainly you'll get discounts on any of the other courses, classes, and products that I offer on royalreset.com. Now, for those that are like, I'm not gonna refuse anybody. There's always something that can be worked out. I am a major proponent of alternative commerce systems. So please do not think you can't participate because right now money is tight. There's ways around everything, okay? And that comes from my heart, okay? So I've personally have been into tight spaces and ways have been made. So yeah, that is the sustainability offering. And then next, the bonus. I love bonuses. So I am willing to offer to this group, because I am considered a commercial purchaser. I have access to seed companies and seed stock that the general public doesn't get access to. So I am offering that to you guys as members to do group purchasing of heirloom organic seeds. I also do have relationships with a few farms now in Uganda, farms in Kenya, and farms in Botswana, where we got interrupted by the thing. But we can also import seeds directly from the continent. So that's gonna open up whole nother level of what we're capable of growing and producing over here. And then also to get certified organic compost, over the past 4 years that I've been doing this has been the hardest thing to accomplish. And because of that, I am offering the ability to purchase or certified organic compost. I'll buy it in bulk, and then you guys can divvy it up and we can do it from there. Okay. And then of course, anything else I get, I'm gonna slide to y'all. You know how that goes. But these three bonuses, you'll understand their worth in a minute if you don't see it now. All right. So then what's next? So how to get growing. I'm going to post after this presentation. Give me about an hour after the presentation to post the links to get it up there. But you'll be able to actually enroll in the Schedule City. I use Schedule City as a platform for this group. But the link will be on the same page that you went to put your email in. So royalreset.com/garden. And for the classes, so I'm gonna make some of the classes mandatory. I will list the mandatory ones on this website, as well as they'll be listed inside the course description on Schedule City. And the reason for that, as I said before, is because we need a certain foundational knowledge base in order for us to ensure that we're all growing in a method that we can all consume from. So yeah, some classes will be mandatory, but not all. All right. Any questions so far?
Still doing good. Makes a lot of sense.
Being very clear.
Good. I am glad. Oh my goodness. Woo. Yes, y'all. Oh, one of my favorite quotes. It is so true. The love of gardening is a seed that once sown never dies.
Yes.
It is.
True.
Folks be saying it's addicting, but I say it's life-giving. For me, gardening has done miracles for my family. Yeah. Y'all will see. Y'all, when y'all get to know me, y'all will understand. You'll be like, what? It's like that. So, okay, then what do we have next? Okay, yes, we are to the point where it's time for y'all to do the talking. It's time, y'all turn. So for y'all to tell us what you're working with. So the 4 questions that I had sent out through the doodle and through the email. I know some of y'all weren't initially on the email list, but oh, you know what? You had 2 people. I gotta work on that. Zoom. But on the questions where, how come it's not letting the name in? Oh, it is. It is. Okay. The 4 questions that I had for everyone to make sure they were prepared to come here to talk about with, so we can actually kind of get a feel about where everybody is. I want you guys to unmute yourself and let's talk about it. So we have.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, this is my husband Ollie, who is the gardener.
No, I don't know about all this.
You are.
Well, for whatever reason, I have about 22 pots that I planted, I think on the 24th and again on the 27th. And people ask me, what are they? And my response is, we'll see.
Hey, teach him some patience, right?
So yeah, so far though, I have some cucumber that's come up, and they're about 6, 7 inches long, meandering like, and squash, which is acorn squash, and the little beets, they seem to be coming in too. So it's all an adventure to me. I'm just riding the carpet.
That's my man. See? Man, once you start gardening, we all think and feel the same way. That energy, I swear, it just vibrates the same frequency. Yes.
I want to be clear. Do we have a collective garden, or these are individual gardens for each of us?
So for right now, these are going to be individual gardens.
Okay.
So there's a few things down the pipeline that some people on this call are working on. So there will be eventually an opportunity for a collective one, but not yet.
Okay, wonderful. Because I'm a stroke survivor and I have some limitations, but I'm thinking that gardening is something that I've done a little of since I was a child. And I'm thinking that through gardening, it will help me to recuperate.
You know it. You know it. Yes. I'm so happy you joined us because you're absolutely right. You were thinking in the right direction. Gardening does wonders for stroke, Alzheimer's, even all kinds of traumatic brain injuries. Yeah, it does wonders.
But you're reconnecting. It's a sort of, I guess you could say, grounding with the Earth Mother.
Exactly.
Yes, I love the smell of the soil.
And all the antidepressant microbes floating in that soil, but just being happy. There you go.
Wonderful.
Well, I want to introduce myself,
Welcome.
if that's okay. Hello, my name is Joy, and I am so sorry I'm late, but thank you for letting me in the room. I promise it was for a good reason.
It's recorded, so you'll get the rundown.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry I missed everything that you had to say, but you said to introduce yourself now. Is that what it is? And then tell everyone where you are with your gardening.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So I'm Joy, and I'm in Crofton, Maryland. And we just started, we have a single family home, and we have like a kind of decent yard, but it's mostly shaded. But we just started really, oh my God, there's so much I can say, but we just started it right before all this COVID happened. It was something that was already on my heart and in my mind, and I've been talking about it for a long time. And so I'm like, we're doing it. This is the time to do it. And then all this happened, and I was like, see, I knew it was the time to do this. And so we started seeds, and we cleared out our shed and started seeds. So and I just found out today that I need to harden them. So I saw that on Instagram, which is where I found you. And so the thing I love about social media, I don't like social media. I haven't been a fan of it, but starting this whole journey with gardening, I decided to start an Instagram account and just, focus on the garden and growing things so I could find my community and find my people who are like-minded, who are, taking this journey. And so it's only been, when did this COVID thing happen? It's only been since that time. And so we got some chickens. I want to show, I can't even turn the camera around to show you, but we got some chickens, a couple of I got some chickens a couple of weeks ago, and we're learning as we go. I have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and my husband, and we're gonna figure it out. But it's fun and it feels right, and I'm excited to be here with y'all.
Right on.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I heard some birdies.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
we did.
You're gonna have to come visit the chickens. Not ready.
Yes, I know. I'm actually kind of scared of them. We got Polish chicken, so they're gonna grow this they're gonna have what I have. And so I was like, ooh, those look different than chickens that I'm used to seeing on TV. But we're gonna roll with it.
That is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
So you got a mini farm going on.
Yeah.
Urban farming.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Who else? What else we got working here? We can't be shy.
All right, Master and Chef here. So give thanks to my wonderful teacher, my person's wonderful teacher, in the pre-instructions. We already got started about 7 weeks ago. So it's some fun, hook my person up. Little instructions, little mushroom compost. I'm on the farm. We're not able to show a picture now, but after 7 weeks, we planted, my person planted lettuce, kale, spinach, cucumber, tomato, and broccoli, and mustard greens. And so far, everything is observing them. They're growing at different rates at different times, but we'll say that cucumber plant, there's something about that cucumber. It seems like it's stuck or something. Everything else has its spurts and growth, but the cucumber, it took a long time to start, then it got about this tall, and it just stopped.
Oh no.
It just stopped. It's not going over, it just stopped growing. The leaves aren't getting that much larger, and no more new leaves is coming. So But aside from that, everything else is growing pretty good. The tomato plant is, and my person got a shop light from Amazon. It's like a 4-foot shop light. So the light is at an angle now because the tomato plant is on the floor, and the other plants is, because they all are in pots. So the other plants are like on boxes and stuff like that to get them close to the light. Because, you know, you got to get them close to that daylight. It's not the sunshine, it's artificial. So like she said, it's got to be close to that light. And so since the tomato plant is growing, it's like an angle like, not quite a 45, but again to about a 45-degree angle because of that tomato plant is so tall. So yeah, the tomatoes always on the floor, it's just getting tall. It's like probably about that tall now, the tomato plant is. Nonetheless, you know, the lettuce is growing good, looking pretty good. The kale looking like a little small, perfect lettuce, you know, kale leaves, little like, ooh, it's so delicious. You know, just little perfect little babies. So this is the coolest thing, you know. Yeah, so that's what we got produce growing already.
Okay.
And, at some point, we would like to get up to some root vegetables like carrots, potatoes, and onions. Because we just decided to grow everything that we eat. And that's pretty much all we eat except the root vegetables. You know, oh, we got some sweet peppers too. Sweet peppers, sweet pepper cucumbers. Yeah, so besides the root vegetables, that's what we eat, you know. So we good on that. And looking to expand this to other people in this community so we can, you know, share amongst ourselves, because my person ain't gonna be eat all of it once it starts growing, but we go enjoy. We eating little leaves now every now and again, the leaf here, leaf there. It's like, oh, it's quite tasty. It tastes different. It's like, you know, yeah, it really tastes different. It's like, wow, it's flavorful. So give thanks for the instructions. We on our way and looking forward to sharing more.
Fresh out that pot. I'm so happy to hear. I need to come over there and see the progress. He needs some pictures.
Yeah, we'll get some pictures up soon.
Can everybody say where they are? Is everyone in Maryland or?
Oh, Southeast DC, over by the shrimp boat.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Maryland.
Where are you?
District Heights, Maryland.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right up the street.
Capitol Heights.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I'm in Charles County, Maryland.
Oh, you close to Savannah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was that?
This is Deneen Hi-Safan.
Oh yeah, that's a sister. Yeah.
Yes.
I am in Hyattsville, Maryland.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm in Homeown Manor, Maryland.
Oh my goodness. Everybody is in Maryland?
Yeah.
I'm not from Marlboro, Maryland.
All right.
Where's Coldwell Manor? I never heard that before.
It's near Bladensburg. It's right near Bladensburg and Mount Rainier.
Yeah.
All right, so
Right
y'all
off the DC line.
We used to have a farm at Shakira's. We tried some farming. What was that, last year at your?
Yeah, last summer.
Uh,
Tried. We actually grew some. Was harvesting every week for a while.
Yeah.
Good for a little while.
Yeah.
wow.
They stopped tending it, then it kind of fell off. So it takes tending to. Because if you don't pick them and tend to it, they will die. Don't produce no more fruit for you.
That's the thing.
I'm done. Yeah.
I'm in Southeast too.
Oh my goodness. This is amazing.
Easy this is about to be for us to share, right? This is about to be awesome.
Exactly. That's amazing. I didn't realize that everybody would be in Maryland. And that's the thing, like I was trying to find on social media, like it's hard to tell where people are. But it's important to have people close by. I mean, I love social media, but if you need to like go to somebody's and see what they're doing and it's hard to, you can't do that to somebody in California, you know? So this is fantastic. I love it.
Right. And also what they do, like when you going across country, they're in different plant zones. So what you doing, it might not look like that.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah. So just keep spreading the word, you know, the more we got. No.
Absolutely. This is awesome. I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I represent two people today. This the second person that's a part of my team. She's actually in Northeast. That's where I'm at. Northwest. That's where I'm at now. And she's going to be starting a greenhouse. Mm-hmm. She has a porch greenhouse, but we're actually going to put one outside.
So, it's gonna be so good. Yeah, and Clarice, can't forget to mention her. So we have a few members on here of the Chief. This is also an endeavor supported by the Collective Health Initiative. So I want to let y'all folks that don't know, we have a broadcast, a weekly broadcast called the Health Class You Never Had. So that's the other element. The other awesomeness about being linked up with this group is there is an extensive list of holistic health practitioners that we can call at the drop of a dime that can teach us all kinds of things about how to heal ourselves that we will definitely be inviting to speak, to do things with our class. They're members of the group, so, you know, this ain't just gardening. Okay.
Yes, Lord.
Okay. All right. So I think this might be the last slide. Yeah, it is. So I, of course, like to thank you. Thank you definitely for joining the unity effort. Many duas to you all. And give me about an hour after we end to get the link up on the page. If you have any questions, have any difficulties, text me, call me, email me. I'm available.
Stefan, it's going to be on your business, your website or your Facebook page?
It's going to be on my website. Of course, I'll post the link on the Facebook page as well, but it's going to link back to the website. So.
Okay. Okay.
Got you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so we go there, that's for the next meetup or something. What's that for again?
Right. So that will start, that link will give you the classes. So we'll start with the classes, and through the class, it'll be, you know, a group session where we talk things out, talk about our setups. And I'll do a short introductory lesson for those of us that haven't done anything before. I don't think we have a bunch of people that haven't done anything at all before, but, you know, for those, the couple that do, there'll be a short introduction to gardening. Okay.
And one more question. Are we looking to start planting at the same time?
So we got to go with the season. So now is the time to plant, which is why this is like perfect timing, really perfect timing. I have a lot out on the farm that I've direct seeded, some stuff I've transplanted, but a lot of us are growing inside of our homes. So really it doesn't matter when you start, so might as well start now. Some of us are gonna have to order seeds. That process is now taking a significantly longer time with the situation that the world is in right now. But we got a network, so we can make it happen. So I will, hold on, I think I have a question. I will make sure to post all of that stuff. My first attempt didn't go. Yes, it's a good time to try now. Yes. Try again. I've even got stuff on my farm that I put seeds out. They never came up. I don't know if they're gonna, but I'm gonna wait because the temperature outside is like crazy right now. So, you know, yeah, try again. Always try again. But yeah, we can start some stuff. Can anyone share seeds with me? Yeah, we're gonna actually start that discussion at the very first meeting. There's a couple of ways to go about doing it, but we're gonna talk about it at our very first meeting. Because seed access, remember how I said how important seed saving is? This event is proof as to why it's that important, because there was a whole month where every seed company stopped selling seeds. And there was some states where they said that seeds are not essential. So even though stores open, they had tape across them and said you can't buy them. Come on, you can buy seeds with food stamps. Even the federal government says seeds is a food source. Like,
wow.
Yeah. So yeah, we're taking back that power, and we're taking control of our situation, and we're gonna make sure that this never happens again.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have you here, so can I ask the question?
Sure.
So my stuff didn't it did some funky stuff. I don't know what it's doing right now. I'll send you a picture. But it's really like, it looked crazy. Anyway, should I just break over that and start all over, or leave that alone and see if it's going to do something?
So are they like leggy? Like they're tall?
So a little bit came up from the ground, and then they like, never mind.
They probably got caught by that frost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when
So,
did you plant it?
a few weeks ago.
Well, because it was the last frost was what was it, April 15th or something like that?
It was.
So if you planted it before the last
before
frost,
that.
then the ground probably was too cold, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is all right. But don't pull them out the soil. Just leave them in there, but plant them more.
Okay.
I got a couple of methods to prevent those issues in the future for those that are outdoor gardening. I've been engaged quite a few of them.
In the class, are you going to go through composting?
Oh, you know it. Multiple types of composting. Yes. We're going to do composting. We're going to do seed saving. We're going to do starting transplants indoors, how to transplant. It's a lot. We got a lot to cover. We're gonna go over nutrients, so fertilizers, things fertilizing from the kitchen, fertilizing when you're shopping out, soil, what do I buy if I'm building a raised bed or gardening inside? What do I buy? It says organic on the bag. That doesn't mean it's actually organic. So yeah, there's we got some goods to go through, y'all. So yeah. What else? Who else got questions? Comments?
I just feel like I need to get caught up. So where can I? Because I saw it was a text message that came through, and I was like, ooh, and I saw, and I knew, I think I recognized. I was like, let me join this. I didn't really know. How can I go on what you're doing and what the call to action is and all of that?
So I believe if you got a text message from me, that means you signed up on the website under worldreset.com/garden, right? That's where you started?
Yes, that's how I got here. Yeah, I did sign up. Mm-hmm.
So you are on the email list to get all the updates in regards to the group. So you are plugged in the right place. So yeah, I will ask everybody, please check your emails. I did spend the time before this class started one by one texting y'all because I hate group text messages. And I will if I have to, but email is really easy for me to do right now. So check out emails. And then also we'll have the Facebook group, so I'll definitely post the announcements in there. And all of the links to the Facebook groups and things like that will come through the email. So y'all are all know from there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I might end up making a private page. I don't know. It's gonna take me a minute to work through that. So, any more questions, concerns, ideas? Because creativity is paramount through this whole process.
I think once we get started and everybody is actually working, that's when the most questions and everything's going to come. Like right now in the introductory, everything is clear and I'm starting from scratch. So, I'm feeling comfortable and okay with where I am and feeling like where I'm going to be able to go to. So, kudos for that. And as we move forward, that's when the real questions are.
Right. I'll be like, wait.
Oh yeah, I have a question about compost.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work into what we're doing? Because we've already started some composting, both in my house or my community household, and over here in Northwest. So I really was going to go buy some soil this week.
Okay.
And so, I don't know. Do I mix it? I have questions about that. I don't know. Do I just wait until our first meeting? I'm kind of anxious,
Yeah, I was going to plan our first meeting for next week. If this time and day is good for everybody, I will keep this time and day.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, make it simple.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
All right. So can you hold off until next week? Just wait. I'll do that first. But whatever composting effort you started, just keep doing it. And yeah, it gets mixed in with the soil. But there are certain soil, if you're gonna purchase, there's some certain things that you need to look for before you buy. Can you hold out for one more week?
Okay.
I appreciate it.
I just have to say again, I'm so excited, but then I have to go do dinner. But I'm just so excited to see all of y'all brown faces and in Maryland and
for
DC.
letting me know.
Yes.
Yes, this is the best. I'm telling y'all made the rest of 2020. It's gonna be awesome.
All right on.
Yep. All right, so I'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Peace and blessings and seven wholeness to you, sis.
All right. Bye.
And yeah, and I'll send out the recording. I'll try to get it out tonight after I finish posting the link. So, all right, y'all. I think we are all set.
Yeah.
Ready to get started.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I will see you all on the next call, the next Zoom meeting for our first class. And what?
Lost the ball.
Wait, whoever's speaking is breaking up. Maybe they're not speaking. Maybe it's background noise. I think it was background noise. But in any case, duas to you all. Duas is a Kemetic term for thank you. I appreciate y'all presence. I feel your presence. I feel the love. And I will see y'all next week. So just keep checking your email and check the website. All right, y'all?
Yep.
One Love and Wellness. Did we say where that class will be?
Did we say? Yeah, we're going to keep the same day and time.
So 6:30.
I can't
Yeah,
hear it.
Thursday is 6:30.
Okay.
One Love and Wellness. Did we decide?
Decide what?
She's probably asking the same question because she's clipping.
Yeah.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, she's breaking
So
up.
just reach out to Precious directly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, family.
All right, Queen Safani.
Okay.
Heads up.
On the throne.
All right. Kwaheri, everyone.
Have a good evening.
All right.
Indeed. A tap and wholeness.
As I don't begin to know how to sign out.
I know. I'm trying to figure out the thing.
Should be something at the bottom say leave meeting.
Leave meeting.
Let me
Okay.
in the meeting.
On the PC, down in the lower right corner on the PC.
I see it. Okay. Thank you.
Let's see. Stop share. Maybe that'll work. Okay, there we go.